collecting my money. It's an evil. What later will say Yahoo Yahoo. I'm not Yahoo Yahoo. I have a laundry shop.
Your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
In a world filled with dreams and aspirations, there are those who dare to turn their visions into reality. They are the backbone of our economy, the small, medium, and big businesses that drive us forward. From the quaint corner stores on Broad Street to the local boutiques and small businesses in Balogun, medium-sized businesses fuel the engine of growth, providing job opportunities for countless individuals. These businesses form the lifeblood of our economy, working hand in hand to create a thriving ecosystem of commerce and prosperity. On Balogun Broad, we celebrate the resilience and ingenuity of small, medium, and big businesses. We don't just keep an eye on the stock exchange market, we're in touch with our local markets too. Join us every Wednesday, 5 to 6 p.m. on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Are you curious about what's happening in the world of politics beyond your borders? Tune into Global Review as we bring you the latest political stories from across the globe.
Many Palestinians, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, are forced off their land by that conflict. So one starting fact is 5.9 million Palestinians are refugees.
But what we don't realize is that what's happening in the Congo is happening in your backyard as well. 6 million people, over 6 million people have died in the Congo because it's the same conflict, right? In the DRC, we have militia groups, we have neighborhood trees, but why are they fighting? Why people die is to get control of our resources.
Join me, Maryann Okon, as we dive deep into the most pressing issues, uncovering the truth and analyzing the impact on a global scale. From the corridors of power in Washington to the bustling streets of Accra, we've got you covered. We'll take you on a journey through different political systems, exploring the challenges and triumphs of the nations near and far. Hear from world leaders, experts, newsmakers, and everyday citizens as they share their perspective, providing a comprehensive overview of the political landscape. Tune in every Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. on Hard Facts to be a part of the global conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Well, welcome to Global Review. It's about that time of the day where we take you outside the shores of Nigeria to keep you informed about what's happening around, especially on the African continent. And today on Global Review, we go to Senegal. And a few things have been happening, in Senegal. Most importantly, the elections were postponed. Yes, the presidential elections were postponed, but it has a date. They fixed it for March 24. But in the middle of that, of course, there have been a few complaints here and there, and the people have obviously had their fingers crossed and, hopefully waited for a date to be conveyed to them. And now there's a date. How are the preparations ongoing? Well, my guest is a very good friend and a colleague. I can say he's my brother too. Imoh Edet is a broadcast journalist with the West Africa Democratic Radio in Dakar, Senegal, and he's joining us via Zoom. Imoh, it's so good to have you join us, and Happy New Year is in order.
Indeed, and thank you so much for having me, and Happy New Year to you too.
Yes, I can see that there's more food and money in Senegal. Please send it to us. On a
peace of mind, please.
And peace of mind, Abby. For those who do not necessarily know what the political landscape in Senegal looks like, explain to us how Senegal has gotten to the point where it is today as they get ready for that presidential elections come March 24.
Well, they have witnessed some unprecedented events in the past 3 years. This is the first time Senegal will find itself in this kind of situation. I mean, since independence from France in 1960, there has never been any record of an election not holding or elections being postponed as it is this year. So this started with the outgoing president, Macky Sall, and for your listeners who know him as the former AU chairman. Mm-hmm. He never said he was going to run for a third term. I mean, that's the most interesting thing. And he never mentioned for one day that he would run for a third term, because Before he came in for the second term, they had a referendum that had to slash the tenure of the president to 5 years. And this was done towards the end of his first term, which allowed him for a second term. And now, from the referendum that was done, he actually has the right to contest for another term of 5 years. Because I remember they had a referendum that had to be see a tenure slashed from 7 to 5 years. So the way it is, the people wouldn't allow that. Like I said, he never mentioned for one day that he would run for a third term. You know what you call body language? Maybe his body language, gave him away, and people thought, okay, this guy was going to run for a third term. So all of this started in 2021, actually. There has never been any history or any period where you have a very tumultuous political system as we are right now. So very little about that history can be said. But from 1960 onward, they have a smooth transition of power from one government to another till when we have President Macky Sall.
Again, you mentioned, that he was a former AU president, chairman, I beg your pardon. And, many would have said that, leading world leaders at such a level would, I'm just thinking, would make you, be a bit more democratic than the rest of the people that you're leading. And I don't think that Macky Sall is setting a precedent that's not been seen before. We saw that with, I think, Yahya Jammeh at some point. We've seen that with several African presidents. But I'm wondering, Imoh, why do you think that these African presidents continue to readjust the constitution to suit their, I don't want to use the word greed, but I'm trying to be nice with the words here. But why do they do this for selfish reasons?
I think it's just, first of all, when you have a failed institution, or when the institutions have failed, then certainly you'll see presidents trying to be the almighty as it is. Like you said, it's not the first time we're seeing, such an attitude from a president. Ouattara has done same and is doing same. Sissoko Embalo of Guinea-Bissau is doing same. We saw what the man in Mali wanted to do before the military took over. So all of them, in fact, in West Africa, even our very own Obasanjo, had that idea before it was pushed up by the parliament. So it's just when you have failed institutions that are not doing their work, there are no checks and balances here and there, and then the president can do as they want to. You talked about him being the African Union chairman and setting that exemplary role. Yes, that also contributed to him not wanting to, push for a third term. But the pressure was really much, I must say. His supporters really wanted him to be in power. Who wouldn't want a president who has that charismatic, who is charismatic, who is presentable, who is very vocal, who knows what he wants for his country? And since he came into power, he's been able to, bring in lots of investment into this country, where changing the face of the economy. Right now in the southern region, they have the best health system. I can tell you that they have the best electricity system. They have the best water system. Really? So people from other countries are coming here, to learn how are you guys having a steady power supply, steady water flow without any interruption. The period they had power cuts in this country, we saw the same thing that is happening in Guinea. That happened in Guinea. Yes, they happened. Lives were lost, and as a result of that. And so say they have resolved to ensure that these things work. When system, work, I don't think people will have a problem. So Macky Sall decided to respect the fact that he was a former EU chairman, and, international community are looking at him. The ECOWAS is there, and looking at the fact that neighboring countries, Guinea, Mali, the rest of them, Niger and Burkina Faso, are also going through very difficult time in their, political era. So he just doesn't have a choice than to respect himself and, leave at the end of his mandate, which is what he will do come April 2.
Let's talk about this, because Macky Sall announced this postponement, and then he cited an ongoing disagreement between the National Assembly and the Constitutional Court over a final approved list of candidates set to run for the elections. Paint a picture for us. Help us to understand what that disagreement has been.
Okay. So at the initial stage, we had 20 candidates. We had more than 20 actually. Most of them had dual nationalities, French citizens, Senegalese citizens. And this election is exclusively for pure Senegalese. I mean, they don't want to know whether you are American or you hold another nationality. And so during the screening period, the Constitutional Council, which is the highest decision-making body when it comes to electoral matters in the country, did the screening and realized that two candidates, had dual nationalities. Karim Wad, the son of the former president, and another lady, I'm trying to remember her name now, had dual nationality. So this brought up complaints between different parties that, look, why are you, filing in Karim Wad, who is also a French, national, and also carrying a Senegalese passport. So that triggered the cancellation of the first election. After so much debate between, like you mentioned, the Parliament and the Constitutional Council, the highest ruling body in terms of electoral matters, he had to take it upon himself as the president, in order to avoid chaos, because already people were going to him, opposition candidates, opposition parties, even his ruling coalition, they came to him and were, bringing this out as a fact that if the election goes ahead, and then people may not term it as credible, because already you have two people that are of a different, holding dual nationalities, running for, the highest office in the land. And so he decided, in order to avoid trouble, to put the election, in fact, to postpone the election to December 15th. Now, this was a triggering factor because already, don't forget, the body language gave him away that Lutma wants to stay for
in
a
power.
third term. So when he pushed this to December 15, that sparked, what you guys saw, the trouble in the country, the protest, the demonstration, that took the lives of 4 people before he decided to call for a national dialogue, which came up with the amnesty law, and then decided to set a date for the election, which is March 4. So all of this started because of the dual nationalities of these two candidates. So those two candidates were eventually, delisted, and now we have 19 candidates running for this election. Now, out of the 19, one of them, who happens to be Jumai 5, the representative of the main opposition leader, Usman Sonko, both of them, by the way, are still in detention. But because of this amnesty law, which covers every political issue from 2021 to 2024, they will benefit from this. So any moment from now, both of them will be released, and then we're going to say very fierce campaigning, a season, and then election.
I love the part where you said fierce, because I was thinking that the moment these opposition guys come out, then it's not going to be business as usual for anyone, especially the powers that be.
Already
it's also lovely that Macky Sall has stepped aside, because it would have been really, really tough for him. But he
doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, but who's the somewhat anointed candidate from the Macky Sall side of the divide? Do you know?
His former prime minister, Amadou Ba. They weren't really having a good time, and people thought Amadou Ba was forcing himself on Macky Sall to accept him as the anointed candidate, whereas people in the Bonobo Yaka, that's how their party is called, it's a coalition of, I think, 4 or 5 parties. Okay. And then they wanted someone else, the internal party politics, we want someone else, but, others will say, they already people know him, let's, push him. So he decided to, in fact, just yesterday, he had a meeting with Macky Sall, and, he officially gave him his blessing to, to run for that election. Yes. So before now, it's been, they've been like this up and down, like the French would say, comme ci, comme ça. I'm not too sure whether he will run or, but because his name was already there, he just didn't have a choice. And then they had to convince party members to support him. But like you noted, when these two guys are out of the prison, it's gonna be. I mean, the climate will change. Already, yesterday we saw thousands of people on the street, even late in the night, because they were waiting for their release. They were supposed to have been released yesterday, but we've not gotten any information as of today. We're still waiting to know what happened. But people are very optimistic that they will be released today or this week, and then they will start the campaigning. But it's 50-50 chance for them because Sonko's name is not on the list, but he has given his blessing to Jemai Faye to run on his behalf. And the nationalist thing, so a lot of people are really supporting them. And so it's going to be a big run for Amadou Ba, the former prime minister before we have Sidike, who came in last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting, but because you're Nigerian in Senegal, I have to bring Nigeria's politics side by side, what's happening in Senegal. And you obviously watched the elections from afar, maybe not too far, and you saw what happened in 2023, leading up to the elections and after the elections. Are there any takeaways from the Nigerian electoral system that might, rather from the Senegalese electoral system that maybe Nigerians should be looking to borrow a lift from? What has worked? I mean,
I think what has worked more for them here is a dialogue. They like dialoguing, like talking, they like conversing. Wherever there's an issue, they come together, and that was how they were able to resolve, this electoral postponement. But that isn't really the case for Nigeria. They don't really make use of the biometrics, and it's still working for them. The Beavers machine thing that we did in Nigeria, I mean, they don't do all of that here. And there is, it's very inclusive here. People are really carried along, and people know who they want to vote for. Yes, at polling stations, there may be one or two people trying to, do the vote buying thing, but that is not the case here. That really is not the case here because it's a very different system. It's more or less like a French system, and here, even if you have party people, party agents, that's the word, party agents, they stay afar. And the security system here during elections is very, very tight. Very tight. Even if you are an ordinary person without a proper accreditation, you're not even allowed on the street. I mean, it's that tight.
Wow.
So there are so many things we can really learn from this guy. It's not just the electoral system. Now, remember I said that they have they have INEC, they have Senate, like we have INEC.
Yeah.
But we don't have the Constitutional Council. I mean, they call them the seven wise men. And these are the guys who can determine the date of the election. These are the guys who can say, no, this election would hold now, or they can actually overrule the decree of the president. That is how powerful that council is. Yes, and that was what transpired when Macky Sall suggested March 24. They also came up with a date, March 31. But because March 31 fell on Easter, and so they decided, okay, let's go with that of March 24. I mean, give or take with second round, if there's going to be a second round, that can actually run till about, before April 2nd, which is the last day for his mandate. So there's a whole lot. I think INEC can come down here and learn a whole lot.
But they do. We do have observers. We have INEC officials who come to every election in every part of this country. Sometimes almost every part of the world. They act as observers. The thing is, why do they not come up with these ideas? Or is it maybe not their problem? Is it the politicians themselves? Because you see, everything that runs in this country is at the feet of politicians, be it the president, the members of the National Assembly.
Exactly.
But I wanted to ask a question quickly because I have 1 minute before we go on a break. The guys who you are talking about in the Provisional Council or the Governing Council, are they not? Yeah, are they not members of political parties? Could there be any biases involved in it?
No, they are not. They are not. They are very neutral, and that's why they call them the wise men, the seven wise men. They're very neutral. Yes, they're very neutral. They are outspoken. And they can rebuke the president. They have no fear of anybody. And that's why they are very, very independent.
there's a lot that we need to learn from these guys in Senegal. And, it's like I said to someone yesterday, we're very quick to say that we're the big brother of Africa, we're this and that. But then when you look...
Oh, no, we're losing that. We're losing that.
But when we go down to, the nitty-gritty, we haven't even scratched the surface. But Imoh Edet is a broadcast journalist with West Africa Democratic Radio in Dakar, Senegal. He's joining us via Zoom. We'll take a quick break, Lagos. When we come back, if you have questions, you have comments, we're talking about what's happening in Senegal, the postponement of the elections, the electoral climate, and how they go about governance in Senegal. Does it not shock you that in 2024, it seems more like we're still in 1980? Well, we'll be right back after this break. Stay with us, Lagos.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has
convicted,
suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that.
You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Hard Facts.
Introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance. Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. A unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria, now available in both perfume and body spray. Designed for everyone, yes, you heard it right. Wazobia is a unisex fragrance perfect for both men and women. Its rich and versatile aroma is a statement of inclusivity and unity. Unleash your confidence with every spray. Are you a retailer or do you love to buy in bulk? We've got you covered across Nigeria. Wazobia Perfume comes in cartons of 24 bottles and the body spray is available in cartons of 48. Interested in making Wazobia Perfume a part of your collection or store? For carton purchases, contact us at email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. That is in capital letters, contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng, or call us on 0809 597 5981. 0809-597-5981. Our team is ready to assist you with your orders. Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. Your new signature fragrance is just a call or a click away. Authentic, unisex, confidence. Wazobia.
This is an infomercial.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hard Facts. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra seasoning cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Ramadan, the holy month, is here. A time for spiritual reflection, a period of self-improvement, an opportunity for complete devotion and worship. Nigeria Info brings you The Light,
a daily program that features teachings of Islam, answers to questions about certain practices in the religion, and loads of giveaways. The Light, sponsored by Lotus Bank and Maggie on Nigeria Info, comes up daily at 4 a.m. in the month of Ramadan. For sponsorship and gift donation, please call 0805 581 5844. That is 0805 581 5844. Or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. The Light, brought to you by Lotus Bank and Maggie. Ramadan Mubarak.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's now why anytime I they cook like this, I they always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one know they put. Now you make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You summer all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that to get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
The question is not why South Africa. The real question is how you South Africa. How you'll come across 1,000 tongues that all speak in one voice. Welcome. How you can wake up with one foot firmly planted in the Indian Ocean and the other in the Atlantic Ocean. How diamonds and couture are but a stone's throw away from the safari. How your tongue will visit 1 million destinations on one plate. How your feet will sway in djembe, your torso in amapiano, and your mind in bliss. How crystal clear rivers flow in the day and crystal flows in the night. Whoa. We know this because this is how we South Africa every single day. And this is why we invite you to South Africa with us.
Own your moments in South Africa this Easter holiday. Explore new holiday deals at southafrica.net. Come journey with us.
Me, Saru, the one they call a Nicolapo. How can my reward be to commit evil? Why? Why should I be punished for doing good? No. There must be another way. There must be.
Find out what Saro will do in Anikulapo, Rise of the Spectre. Now on Netflix with plans from as low as 1,600 naira.
Afternoon wakis. Guys, I dey go topo. I beg you, add more stew, madam. This food sweet. My chest.
Share chest dey pepper you. Abi food no gree digest for your belle? Make you try Jested. Now I might advise people make them they take for the past 26 years. Jested, na brand of aluminium and magnesium hydroxide and simeticone. Jested dey for liquid and tablet. Now I might use when chest dey pepper me and food no gree digest for belle.
Jested don dey for new pack now. If after 3 days you never better, go see doctor. Make you read the paper wey dey inside.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined boy. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. You want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
I've always known that the events of the last few weeks enable people to make up their mind a lot more firmly. Do not have 2 sunrises in one day.
The Duke of Shomolu once again presents Kashimawo.
Even in Africa.
A super exciting recount on the life and times of the Enigma, Chief MKO Abiola, written and directed by Professor Bakari Ojo. Kashimawo will take place on the 31st of March and the 1st of April 2024 at the Ajip Recital Hall of the Musan Center. Time is 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Gate fee VIP, 5,000 Naira regular and 20,000 Naira VIP. Tickets available online on www.ariatickets.com, www.guestandhost.com. Executive producers Mofoluake Edgar, Yemi Shodimo, and Prince Femi Tejuosho. Sponsors First Bank of Nigeria, Unified Payments, Lagos State Security Trust Fund, LIRS, and Consurance, Smooth FM. Data Melon. For inquiries, call the Duke of Shomolu on 0909 532 5791.
This is not a civilian versus military.
It's a new season of Ramadan, a season of kindness, sharing, and lots of cooking. It's also a new season of Maggie Diaries that will keep you inspired with amazing recipes for every taste and budget.
Showing every day on Z World at 4 p.m. and Africa Magic Yoruba at 5:30 p.m.
Also, watch on Maggie YouTube channel every day. Everyone is welcome. Ramadan Kareem. Maggie, cook the difference.
Ramadan, the holy month, is here. A time for spiritual reflection, a period of self-improvement, an opportunity for complete devotion and worship. Nigeria Info brings you The Light, a daily program that features teachings of Islam, answers to questions about certain practices in the religion, and loads of giveaways. The Light, sponsored by Lotus Bank and Maggie on Nigeria Info, comes up daily at 4 a.m. in the month of Ramadan. For sponsorship and gift donation, please call 0805 581 5844. That is 0805 581 5844. Or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. The Light, brought to you by Lotus Bank and Maggie. Ramadan Mubarak.
Attention, Airtel customers. If your line has been blocked, then this is for you. Head to the nearest Airtel shop with your NIN. Our friendly staff will help you get your line back up and running. Don't let a blocked line keep you out of touch.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Every morning, na better chance to carry your hustle go higher level. So, make you start your day with the correct taste of Nescafe. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Tune in to the Morning Crossfire on Friday, March 15th at 6:45 a.m., where we will be talking security and safety of our school children with the use of a mobile app. Kofi Battels will be hosting Mr. Ikpadiola Abdouafiz Ademola, the head of business development and strategy at the Tanda Secure Limited, to discuss the rich features and safety mechanism of Tanda Secure app and its benefits to schools and parents. See you at 6:45 a.m. on Friday, March 15th on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
My guys, I'm always on the go, but I never miss any match day because with the new Showmax Premier League app, every match day is my day. Stream the Premier League live on the new Showmax app for just 2,900 monthly. Chicken change for you and chicken change for me.
Yes, so you've heard Obi Kubana. Join the excitement and stream all 380 games of the Premier League live on your mobile. Download and subscribe to the new Showmax app today. Showmax, streaming for Africa.
What time is it? Welcome to May Brand. Our mission is to be the #1 distributor of our brands within Nigeria and West Africa at large. We are the licensed store in Nigeria to carry Fossil, Michael Kors, Imperial Money, Amani Exchange, Kagen, Diesel, and more. We deal in luxurious items such as watches, wallets, bags, and accessories. Visit us today.
Who is there?
It's me, Amaka. What's going on? Why is your face like this?
You remember that purchase order I told you about? I have not been able to deliver due to lack of funds, and I am about to lose the supply contract.
It sounds like you need working capital. Ever heard of Grow?
Grow? No, tell me about it.
Grow specializes in providing quick and flexible financing options for small startups or established businesses in need of working capital to keep their business on track.
Attention business owners, listen up. Are you a contractor, supplier, or distributor? Grow is here to elevate your business operations. So say goodbye to delayed payments. With Grow, cash flow challenges become a thing of the past.
Sign up now at www.growfinance.tech
or call us at 0201 3306 201. Grow, empowering dreams.
Some call it a disorder, a disability. Having a skin with two distinct colors may seem to others like the end of the world. Not me! I'm a babe, a speck, a 10 out of 10. Be unstoppable, be beautiful with Lush hair.
Lush hair. Be beautiful. In Nigeria, the weather can change in an instant, just like life itself. Even when you are caught in a heavy downpour or harmattan has left your skin dry, there's one thing that never changes: the restoring power of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Because we all know when harmattan strikes, if you are not protecting your skin, it cracks. So do your lips, and no one wants that. So use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly to keep your skin healthy, smooth, moisturized, and protected all day long, so you can embrace every season with confidence.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash outs and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
We get one love, we're showing big love, making homes available to everyone. Let's grow peace and build unity, so every one of us can live as one.
Hey, this Valentine's season, Adro Homes don't carry one love promo to Nagidigba for everyone to enjoy. With 25% to 45% discount, come buy your own land. Take celebrate with your lover this season. For this one love promo, with as low as 50,000 naira initial deposit, you said don't become landlord with that. Make you live in peace and unity with your family. Plus, say Adro Homes go summer you 12 to 48 months payment plan. We gift items for this one love promo season. No gree make this opportunity pass you by. Or you call this number 0813 421 6595. Or 0909-393-4115. Adron Homes One Love Promo. Terms and conditions deal.
Adron Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome back to Hard Facts.
And we are back. It's still Global Review on Hard Facts. 99.3 Nigeria Info is the frequency. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Itimian Crescent, Victoria Island. I'm Maryann Okon. I'm being joined by a fellow broadcast journalist from West Africa Democratic Radio in Dakar, Senegal, Imoh, Edet. Now, we've been talking about the political climate in Senegal, the electoral processes, the constitutional, the rights of the people, how, these people have adopted a dialogue, way of life that has helped them wade through the murky waters of leadership and governance. And sincerely, I meant what I said before we went on that break. I feel like Nigeria is still in the 1980s and Senegal is in 2050. Imoh, I know, I can see the smile on your face, like, yeah. But I quickly before we go to the phone lines, because I want Nigerians to, be part of this conversation. So, when March 24 comes, of course, all of these 19 or less candidates are going to be running for, presidential. Does the state and provincial elections also follow in the presidential elections, or this is just take their phases to it?
Yeah, there are phases to it. This is just the main one. I think two of the main elections that usually hold here is the presidential and the parliamentary elections. So this is like the main one. And because their system is very different from what we have in Nigeria, you can say that on the day of a presidential election, everybody goes to vote for, a senator, a representative, and a governor. So that's not the case here. I mean, the president is like the ultimate here. Once the president is sworn in, he appoints the prime minister, who then, forms a government or a cabinet. And then from there, they can run the government. And in between the years, they have regional elections where they bring in mayors. They call them mayors here, where they bring in mayors and then prefects. That's another name.
Prefects? That sounds like secondary school.
It does,
So who are the prefects? Are they like the local councillors like we have here?
They're like the ward chairman, and then they have the mayors are like the deputy to the governor, because they also have governor. The French system is really funny, honestly, compared to what we have. That is really straightforward. And here, before you can get to that point of running for the president or presidency, you will need to buy signatures from the population. Not a campaign thing. People,
so your political party has nothing to do with it. It's the people. So if I don't sign, there's nothing for you.
Yes, this is strictly with the people, and that's why I said it's inclusive. If people don't agree for you to run, you can't run. It's not like I'm from the south. This one is from the north. This one is from this. This one is from south. No. They didn't do all of that here. I mean, even if you're from the north and the entire population don't endorse you, you can't go anywhere.
Wow.
So these 19 final candidates, they did a whole lot, touring the country, trying to, get signatures. They have a certain quota, a threshold rather. And if you surpass that threshold, then you can, contest. They were like over 50 people initially, but they couldn't secure all of this candidature from the population. And then they had to be trimmed, from 25 to 19. 19, but we have in fiscal 18. And then the 19th person is still in jail. So that's the Jamaica fight that we're hoping that it will really. So, it's such a very funny system.
And I think it's interesting. Former President Obasanjo was in prison just before he became president. So, I don't think there's anything different per se. Yeah.
If you look at Obasanjo's case, it was really different. He came out. It wasn't like he was campaigning from the prison. But this fellow is campaigning. Yeah, this fellow is campaigning from the prison, releasing statements from the prison, audio statement from the prison, video campaign from the prison. They're doing everything, all their propaganda from the prison. Wow. So the case of Obasanjo is really different. So it's a very inclusive terrain here. People really have to be, especially the locals, they're very much involved more in this politics than even the elites. The elites don't really have time. Before March 24, a lot of them will fly out of France, Switzerland, Portugal, America, Canada as it is. and stay there till after the elections and then return. But it's the people at the local level that do all of this involvement, the voting, the noise making, and everything.
Wow. Their elections, politics for them is really local. Well, Lagos and Nigeria, let's join the conversation. If you're listening to us from outside of the country, you can also be part of the program. It's Global Review on Hard Facts. You can call us via Skype or Nigeria Info FM via Skype or live youtube.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also on Facebook Live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. Or better still, you could join the conversation via phone lines. What can Nigerians learn from what's happening in Senegal and their political processes? The fact that their politics is really local, and you don't have to come from outside of the country and say, well, I'm a businessman, I have billions of naira, bro, I want to be president. It doesn't work in Senegal. If that is what is happening in Senegal, why can't we have it in Nigeria? Join the conversation. 0700 993 993 993. That's 0700 993 993 993. You could join the conversation also via WhatsApp. You could send me a tweet on X. Use the hashtag #HardFact. If Senegal, as tiny a country as it is able to make these strides, what's stopping us in Nigeria? Hello, welcome to Global Review.
Praise the Lord. Maryann.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We can't have such in Nigeria because here, all the politics they play is for their selfish interests. They are planning to, do something beautiful for the people, not their own mindset alone. Just something that will go around, that will make everybody holistically benefit. But here, it's for their pockets, for their families, and for their allies. So definitely, until we get to that point where a price conscience can be sold, that's where we definitely get it right here in Nigeria. Until then, we are still as we are. It is well. All
right. Thank you, Mrs. Aboli, for calling. I appreciate it. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Oh, apologies. Do call us back. 0700 993 993 993. Someone says, until our rulers are sincere with governance of Nigeria, there shall be no end to this evil. Oh, I think that this message is late. It's coming late. But let me go back to the phone lines. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Francis from there.
Francis, go ahead, please.
Yes, listen to your guest. I'm quite impressed. And my question to Nigerians is, what do we need to do? What do we have to do now? Because listening to all your guests have said, I think it's a high time we place a demand and tell our politicians it's a time the right will be done in the country. If we should wait till then, we wait till eternity. Okay. That time will never come. So far, Nigerian politicians are concerned, they are not ready to do the right thing that will benefit all of us until we place that demand that the right thing must be done now, not tomorrow. Maryann, you're doing a great job. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Someone says, we in Nigeria cannot borrow a lift from anywhere because our leaders are not neutral and nobody oversees the president or INEC. We're highly religious and fearful. We don't do anything about our situation, but we're follow without doing anything. Momo also says that, again, our leaders use the state apparatus to silence the opposition and the people, which only occurred during this kind of thing, he says, only occurred during military rule. Their cries are not heard in Nigeria, unlike in Senegal. Momo, thank you for your message. This one here says, good evening, okay, this message obviously is not for me. Don't forget, 0700 993 993 993 993. That's 0700 993 993 993. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello? Anybody home? All right, do call me back when you're ready. All right, someone here says, quite an impressive electoral process in Senegal. Please, can you ask your guest the modality of taking people's signature? Okbelua from Akute sent us this one. Imoh, so what's the process of taking these signatures? For the politicians who are running, what's the process like?
Basically, sell your manifestos, the campaigning thing that politicians do back home, in some cases they share foodstuff and items without you actually, knowing what they plan to do. And that's why I mentioned in the first part that this is a dialoguing country. You know, every candidate must sit with the population or with the people and then discuss. You know, in some cases, they will bring out a charter for you to sign that charter there. I mean, you sign that charter there, that you will execute this charter when you get into power.
Sorry.
I
Is
mean,
it the
for
people?
example,
Is it the people that are bringing the charter to the politician?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
lovely.
Yes, they present to you what they want.
Ah.
Because whatever you're going to tell them, if they don't buy into it, they tell, look, this is what we want for our country. You know, in order for you to secure their vote, you have to say yes. I mean, you don't have a choice. Yes, I will do it. I'll do it. A good example was 2 days ago, the fishermen in this region of Dakar, Chess, and the rest of them, the fishing communities, they come up with a national charter. And all of the 19 candidates, they call their attention to it, that if you don't sign this charter, nothing for you guys, come March 24. And so far, I think 15 have signed the charter because they know the importance of the locals coming in to vote for them. So the people's voice really counts here in Senegal. I must say, I'm not saying this because I'm out of the country, but you know how it is back home. If you say a word, either you're picked up or your voice doesn't go anywhere. The people's voice, they speak here. They have a very strong opposition, very strong check and balance system here. If you're in government, if you're a representative and you don't do well, the people will remove you.
Wow.
And that's where the true democracy comes in.
Wow.
They will remove you. Unlike our place, where if a senator gets in, I mean, he's Lord and Lord. You can't remove him till.
Let's not even go there. We're still dealing with budget padding. Let's leave our senators out of it. Let me take a few calls, Imoh, before I let you go. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Afternoon. I'm Wisi. I'm calling from Aja.
All right. Quickly. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, dear. I just want to contribute to what you are saying. In this country, we can't relate to any other country because the people, the elders we are having in this country, they are greedy. Like what is happening in the north side now, they gang up, carry their children, go hide. They want to collect ransom from the federal government to enrich themselves. Now that kind of country, now they want to enrich one country. That's what is just happening. Not that they kidnap anybody. They did not kidnap anybody. They go hide those children to collect ransom to enrich themselves. So very evil people, they put this country. So for such country, I don't think that we can make it except God interfere. Thank you.
Okay. God's busy. God is in Palestine right now. Hello.
Hello, Mary.
Yes. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Godwin, calling from Loshoro Lapwe.
All right, Godwin, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Well, there is a possibility of some of those that as it is practiced in Senegal. But in our own case, unto the people that are wicked, heartless, greedy, so self-centered, and bringing ethnicity to divide for them to have their evil way, until we decide and know them and give to them what they deserve and kick them out of the system. That is only where we can have a way. A situation where you have an next chairman who is a corrupt person. All this thing will not. He or she will bend it to the highest bidder, just the case we had in the past. So until we get a person that has the fear of God with conscience to deal with the situation at hand now, it will be difficult for us to have our way as it's obtainable in the same continent.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'll take one last call before I let Imoh go. Hello. Apologies, do call. Well, I don't think you can call me back. I want to take one quick call. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Aja. I'm Mr. Akpan.
Go ahead, quickly.
Ma, I'm talking about the Senegal election program. I love it because Senegal is a small country. It's not like Nigeria. We have a big election in Nigeria. But I love the way they program their election because there is a rule and regulation that guide them. Then if we can get it right in Senegal, at least we can get it right in Nigeria if we continue to do good program here in Nigeria.
All right.
Because our senators are failing us, where we cannot remove them. But Senegal, you can remove anybody who doesn't perform in this community.
All right. I'm sorry, I have to let you go because of time. Quickly, let me read just one last message. Someone here says, Chinedu from Aja says, the electoral process is very good, but if you bring it to Nigeria, tribalism will destroy it. Until we're ready to deal with tribalism and ethnicity in Nigeria, nothing will function properly as in other countries. And he says, thank you for a good job. Well, I want to say thank you to my guest, Imoh Edet, who is a broadcast journalist with West Africa Democratic Radio in Dakar, Senegal. Always a pleasure to have conversations with you, Imoh, and thank you so much for being our guest today on Global Review.
Thanks so much, Anne, for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, this is where we drop it. We're going to be back in a few minutes right after the news at the top of the hour with A's and Nays. And today we're revisiting the issue of budget padding. And joining me to have that conversation in a bit is going to be the head research and policy advisory Budget. Stay with us. It's still the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. You know we're credible. And of course, we bring you the best of news, talk, and sports. We'll be right back after this break.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.